with the Vauxhall Mokka. Went for an MoT, it's failed. Now, I was told it was a wishbone issue, but I've looked at the wishbone, and as you can see, the ball joint of the wishbone, I've checked the play by wiggling the wheels. Wishbones actually seem fine. I mean, the boot on that you can see is perfectly intact. Can't see any issues there. However, I think probably what the gentleman was implying is that the outer track rod ends are shot, and you can see that, and it's on the both sides. So obviously what I've come to is changing the actual wishbones, not the wishbone, sorry, the outer track rod ends. Now to do that, but anyway, here you go. So there's a better view. You can see the boot's totally gone. However, the wishbone, doesn't matter how much I zoom into it, you can see the wishbone's actually is perfectly fine. I mean, don't see any leak, any tears or anything. I've checked the other side as well. But yeah, but you can check through the play in the wheels, and at some point I'll do a video where I can show you that. But anyway, as you can see, I've just greased it up slightly using plus gas. The knot, scraped it with a scraper. So wire brush, scraped it off, apply a bit more plus gas on it to loosen it as much as I can, and then I'll be loosening this. I won't be totally undoing it, just loosening it, and then I'll be undoing that bolt. But that's where we are at the moment. But the play is coming from this ball joint, and that's evident. I mean, I was shaking the wheels side to side, and there's play there. Up and down, there's no movement. So if I was to hold it at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, there's no movement whatsoever. However, at the positions of your 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, there's a slight, ever so slight movement. But then if you hold this and you try and move it, you can feel the play coming from here. So this is the part that I'll be replacing. I've got some wishbones, but I won't be replacing those if this wishbone is perfectly fine. So yeah, that's where we are at. So I'll be changing that now. So as you can see, I've managed to disconnect the track rod end. So like I said before, I loosened the nut there. That's on your inner tie rod. Once I've loosened that slightly, just one, even a quarter turn, so that way your tracking's not misaligned. After that, I've obviously then loosened that nut you can see on the top, and then using a large hammer, because I'm going to change it, I just hit it with the nut on top, just left it like that, smacked it, and just got it out. I did try and smack it on the actual hub itself just to try and see if it loosens and falls out, but it didn't, so I had to smack it on the top. Now that I've got it like this, all I will do is count the number of turns so that my alignment is as accurate as to what it was to begin with. But you do need to get a realignment once you've done this job. I'll be changing both sides. This one's totally shot. Like I was showing you earlier, the boot's torn. Obviously water and dirt have got into it and just totally demolished it. Like I say, in terms of play, there was only a slight play, not something significant, but it is an MOT failure, hence the reason I'm doing this job. Here's the new part. It's upside down, but I've gone for a Delphi part. It's a Borg-Warner company, and quite familiar with Borg-Warner because they made the solenoids on the VW DSG gearboxes. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I think they are almost like OE parts on these vehicles, on GM vehicles. So yeah, I mean, there you go, you can see that. But as I do it now, I will count the number of turns. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I would say actually. But there's the part, you can see it's just totally just moves freely with the hand, and there's a boot. It's actually absolutely gone. I can't tell what make it was originally, but compared to, let's just get this one out. to rip this open. So here's the parts side by side. To be honest, they look like OE. Absolutely OE. Same dimensions, same everything. Even the notches here are the same. Exactly the same. Obviously that's been compressed, this hasn't. But to me, it does seem OE. So I assume Delphi must be OE for this vehicle. So anyway, so I've loosened it and now I'll just be putting this back on. So I'll start here and I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's it. And to be honest, the length and everything must be exactly the same because it's exactly where I had the other one. But that's it. I'll get onto the other part. I'll show you how significant the damage on the other part is, and yeah, just get cracking. Now it's a matter of putting it back in here, tightening it all up. So I'll put this on, tighten this bolt. Once I've tightened that, I will then come back to tighten that. But that's it, and then put the wheel back on. This side's done. Move on to the next one. But anyway, hope this helps. But yeah, like I said, not quite finished yet. Let me get to the other part. We'll assess the damage on the other side. Okay, so I've come to the driver's side, and as you can see, there it is. So this boot is totally shot. But again, just looking at sorry, let me just zoom out. But looking at the wishbone, seems perfectly fine. And again, I've checked it, there is no movement at the 12 and 6 o'clock. However, very slight movement on the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, but there, that's just very clear that the boot's shot basically. But anyway, that's that. Time to get on with it.